The current talk is that Texas State is probably the best team to go to the pack to make them an 8-team conference, which would make them an official conference again. Now, Texas State is in an interesting position. They've got a head coach that has came in and in 2 years of being there has moved them to a winning record. Now, they've got an overall winning record, but they weren't winning there for quite a while. But this is not a normal move because this is not a normal school for what you would assume would go to, say, the old Pac 12. But Texas State brings all kinds of opportunities, and I'm kind of excited for it from a college football standpoint, not to mention the simple fact of Texas State being moved into this position would probably help them get a little bit better stability when it comes to the recruiting, when it comes to their moving up in the ideas of or in the minds of people that follow college football. So let's get into this a little bit here. We're going to go over the records a little bit.
Hey folks, this is Paul with Redneck Sports. I want to thank you for viewing my video, and I want to give you one thought process. There was a famous coach at University of Tennessee by the name of General Robert Neyland. He had 6 maxims, but number 2 maxim is what everybody should apply to their life. Play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That's how to live your life right there.
Now, the past few years, Texas State has decided that they're wanting to be serious about moving up when it comes to their sports programs. In football, which is what everybody talks about, the Bobcats hired G.J. Kine. This is a guy that's in the coaching tree of Gus Malzahn. Um, he replaced Jake Spavital. Um, but as a head coach, he's only got 3 years, fixing to be 4. At Incarnate Wood, he coached there. Incarnate Word. Um, and they're going to be playing soon against Texas State. But the Bobcats have seen good. But the 1 year he was at Incarnate Word, they went 12-2, 5-1 in the conference. They were tied for first in the conference, and they made it to the semifinal in the NCAA Division One. So that was good. At Texas State, which is a Sun Belt school, they went 8-5 2 years in a row. 4-4 in the conference and 5-3 in the conference. They were tied for second in West in both and went to the First Responder Bowl both years, which they won. I mean, hey, you take a look at this record. They beat South Alabama in a good game last year. Southern Miss, UL Monroe, Arkansas State. Hey, any team that beats Arkansas State, I'm good. I'm good with them. Troy, UTSA, and Lamar. Now, they played Arizona State last year. 31-28 was the final score. Now think about that for a minute. They played a team that went to the college football playoffs to within 3 points. That's not a that's not a team that you uh, ignore right there. They beat in 2023. They beat Baylor 42-31. Uh, Jackson State, they romped and tromped. Nevada, they beat 35-24. Southern Miss, again, 50-36. UL Monroe, Georgia Southern, and South Alabama again. Unfortunately, Arkansas State romped and tromped on them. But they beat Rice in the First Responder Bowl in 2023, and last year they beat North Texas. This is a team that has the problem of they're in the Sun Belt. I mean, they get good players, and then those good players get the attraction of bigger programs. So this is what Kine's winning with. Think about that. He's winning with them. Texas State is somebody who, hey, yeah, they've been in the Sun Belt since 2013, and they have yet to win a South a Sun Belt Conference championship. But going 8-5, that's a good thing. Uh, this really is a team on the football level, which is what the Pack is needing. That could do some really good things. They still have to get to a winning record within the Sun Belt, but I see them, the way that Kine's coaching them, they still can play Sam Houston, UTSA, and Nichols, even though Nichols is not that big of a deal. It's a rivalry called Battle for the Paddle. Then there's the I-35 rivalry, which is UTSA and Sam Houston. It's been a rivalry since 1915. So this is a chance for them to actually get a shot at doing more. And being in the Pack, they'll get attention. Plus, the Pack gets to have some recruiting within Texas. It's a win-win for all of them. Now, look, Texas State is not a big name, and the Pack is having to build on teams that aren't those big of names. But with somebody like GJ Kine, they could get notice. And the other sports, they could get notice. I mean, softball, they're being talked about as a big deal. This is not a school that is going to want to sit there and be an afterthought. They're wanting to go to a bowl game every year. They're wanting to be noticed. So this is their opportunity. Sunbelt is not giving them that opportunity because the Sunbelt, it's not mismanaged. It's just that the Sunbelt isn't able to get in the money from, you know, getting on TV like other conferences are. Now, it's a good conference. I mean, there really are some good teams in the conference, but just you're looking at App State, Arkansas State, Coastal Carolina, Georgia Southern, Georgia State, James Madison, Louisiana, Louisiana Monroe, Marshall, Old Dominion, South Alabama, Southern Miss, and Troy. Now, when you take a look at this list, App State has its positives and negatives, and it's a decent school. James Madison has been getting some notice. Marshall, hey, they even made a movie. I know Old Dominion, but not many people do. Southern Miss has a history. Georgia State's been making some moves, and Coastal Carolina's been making some moves. But the Pac schools are looking at, hey, because we're on the West Coast, because we're trying to make ourselves mostly West Coast, that's a big media draw. This will bring in more money because it really will. There are schools in California which are going to be bringing it in, and this is something that is going to be good for Texas State. It's going to be good for the Pac schools, whatever it ends up being, whether they get 12 schools or whatnot. Plus, men's basketball's got Gonzaga coming in. Let me tell you something. Being able to play opposite Gonzaga, that's a big deal. So, yeah, this is a net positive for everybody. And I really would like to see this happen. Seriously. So, you tell me what you think. Do you think Texas State going into the pack would be a good thing? Um, Conference realignment, but in this case, I think it'd be better for everybody. It really will. And Sunbelt, if this happens, Sunbelt's going to have to wake up and go, okay, we had this lead, so we've got to fix our situation and make ourselves better. So that's what it's going to be. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.
I want to thank you for watching my video. And if you like what you saw, like, subscribe, and comment. Y'all have a good day now.